Start in that seated position, sitting on a block or something, if it's more comfortable for you with your hips, okay? If it's comfortable for you just to be flat on the floor, then that's fine too. So whatever works for you, okay? So go ahead and roll the shoulders back and have them right over those hips. Relax the arms, sit nice and tall, and then close your eyes. Bring that gaze to that third eye center, that space right between your brows. Take a nice big inhale all the way up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, allow the breath to travel all the way down the spine. Just start to watch your breath. Feel any tension in the body. And feel the body surrendering into the earth. Feel the sitting bones making contact with the blanket, the block, the mat, whatever they're touching. As you inhale, feel the breath, feel the chest raise, feel the belly expand. As you exhale, feel the chest soften and feel the belly pull back, supporting the core of the body, the spine. Allow the mind to clear. Just be in the present moment. Yoga is all about being in the present. Every moment of time. Just be in that second. If that's all the body will give you today, or maybe the whole session. Go ahead and take a moment to set your intention for the class. And then gently raise those arms up over your head, looking up at those fingertips. And then exhale those hands all the way down in front of the heart center. Interlace the fingers, place them under the chin, and inhale up the elbows. Exhale, round the back, pull the belly back towards the spine and push those hands out towards me. Inhale it up. And then open up those hands, palms to the sky until they reach the shoulders, and then you can allow them to come down. Inhale them up. Exhale them all the way down. Interlace those hands, place them under the chin. Inhale up. Exhale, round the back. Inhale up, nice straight back. Open up those hands. One more time. Inhale it up. Open those hands really wide. Really spread the fingers. Bring them together. Exhale them down. Now switch those fingers one spot over so that interlacing feels not quite right. Inhale it up. Exhale, round the back. Really pull the belly back towards the spine here. And then inhale it up. And open it up. Go ahead and bring those the right arm on top of the left shoulder. Bring the left arm underneath. And then walk those fingers back so you're giving yourself a nice big hug here. The elbows will be stacked or might be out a little bit. It doesn't matter if they're stacked as much as mine. And then bring the back of the hands together. You might be interlaced the hands. The hands might be here. That's okay. Inhale up the elbows towards so that they're level with your shoulders. And those eagle arms. Take a nice big inhale as you exhale. Allow the elbows to come down towards the chest, tuck the chin, and then allow the fingers to come out towards me. So in front of you. You'll feel that in the back of the neck, upper back. Breathing here in these eagle arms. Getting into the shoulders. Might close your eyes here. Allow the arms, the shoulders, the back to release. Slowly inhale up those fingertips so they're straight up in the air now. Inhale up the elbows once more towards those shoulders, and then inhale, open the arms. Pull them back. Inhale them up once again. Exhale them down. Open up the arms once again. Inhale it up. Take that left arm, put it on top of the right shoulder, right arm underneath this time. Walk those fingers back towards the back as much as you can. If you can get the elbows stacked, that's fantastic. If not, just do what your body will give you today. And then inhale, open the back of the hands towards one another. If the elbows slip a little bit, that's okay. Just do whatever works for you. Interlace the hands if it's available. Inhale up the elbows towards the level of the shoulders. Don't go above the shoulders, it's not necessary. Take another big inhale, feel the body getting really nice and tall here, and then exhale those elbows down into the chest. Tuck the chin and then allow the fingers to come out, falling away from you. So it's going to look like this. Maybe close your eyes. Notice the difference in sides. Notice the difference in how the arms stack, the release in the back of the neck and the back. Using the breath just to allow the body to surrender into the bind. Slowly inhale up that head. Bring those fingers up straight. And then open up the arms. As you exhale, squeeze the shoulders back. Inhale up those arms. Exhale those hands in front of the heart center. Now let's go ahead and inhale up the right arm, nice and tall. And as you exhale, allow the body to fall over to the left side and then crawl those left hands out. As you inhale, really reach with that whole right side, keeping that right hip down. Exhale, allow the body to bend. Turn the pinky up towards the ceiling, so you're opening the chest towards the ceiling. Might feel better to come off a block or blanket if you want. Reach and get into that whole side body. Exhale, allow the body to release. Inhale, really reach. And then exhale, release it. Inhale all the way back up. Bring that arm down. Inhale, both arms up. Notice the difference between the right side and the left side. Exhale those hands in front of you. Inhale up the left arm. Exhale, walk those right fingers out, keeping that left hip down. And exhale, just allow the body to fall to the right side. As you inhale, really stretch the fingers, really reach. Exhale, release. Where is the body holding its tightness? Turn the pinky up towards the ceiling to open up that chest. Are you squinting your eyes or clenching your teeth? Let the muscles in the face relax here. Let the right arm soften. And then inhale slowly all the way back. Inhale both arms up. Exhale those hands together in front of the heart center. Now find your way onto your hands and knees into that table position. Going to get into the back a little bit here with our cat-cow. So inhale up, let the shoulders relax back towards the hips. And as you round the back, pull the belly back towards the spine and round the back, push the mat away from you. Then release it. Don't push the belly down, let it naturally come down. Get that natural curvature in that back. Exhale, round it. Now feel free to move this cat-cow around. Just get all that crunchiness out of the back. You can move it any way you want. Some people like to wag their tail. Get some cracks in the back if you're lucky. Just with each inhale, come back to center. You can round and come back towards the heels. And come back center. You can round and come back towards just one heel, really getting into one side of the body, maybe rolling to the other side, coming back to the middle. Do whatever feels good for you. There's no rules here. It's whatever feels good to loosen up that back and that body. This is one of the only exercises that actually gets into the muscles that run right along the side of the spine. It's so beneficial for us. And then come back to neutral. Then go ahead and inhale that right foot all the way back. Flex the foot so the toes are coming straight down and keep it nice and level with the hips, the best that you can. Don't collapse into the front of the arms. Have that balance. Feel that balance between the front part of the body and the back part of the body. You can stay right here. If you want something a little bit more intense, you can shift the weight to the right side of the right arm just a little bit and then lift up that left arm. Keep that belly pulled in, breathing, elongating the body, keeping the right elbow soft. If you have that left arm elevated, go ahead and bring it down and then drop all 5 toes to the ground of the right foot. Shift it back towards the heel. Keeping the belly strong, clawing the mat. Don't collapse into the palms of your hands. Claw the mat so that you're feeling really the fingertips of those fingers and the knuckles are almost coming off. Pushing in with the ball mount of the thumb all the way to the pinky finger and the outer edge of that palm. Come back to center. And then lift that leg up one more time. Go ahead and bend that knee. And little pulses up here. Pull the belly in as we do this. Nice and soft. Then come back to neutral. Elongate that knee and then bring it back. Inhale up for that cow. Exhale, round it for the cat. Coming to the other side. Elevate that left foot back. Keep that foot flexed, toes pointed straight down here. A lot of times the body really wants to fall to the right side to support that left leg. Try to keep that body balanced. Don't let that left hip come up real high. Try to keep those hips level. Pull the belly in. You can stay right here, right where you're at. Or if you want a little bit more of a challenge, go ahead and inhale up the right arm. Do what feels right for your body today. What's right for me is not necessarily what's right for you today. It might be right for you next time. It might take 5 practices. Or it might just not be in your wheelhouse, and that's okay. Breathing here. Have that body balanced. Where is the body shifting? Front and back, back to side. And then slowly bring those toes down. And then shift your weight back towards that left heel. Lean to the back of that leg. Keep the elbow soft. Keep the palms of those hands clawing the mat. That helps support that upper body. It helps prevent you from putting too much pressure into the wrists. Breathing. Slowly shift that weight forward again. Find that even balance between the front and the back. And then float up that left leg once again, and then go ahead and hinge the knee. And little pulses up. Keep the belly pulled in. Use your breath. Don't hold your breath here. And then slowly extend that leg back, and then bring it back. Place that right hand in the middle of the mat, and then inhale up the left arm for a little twist here. Getting into that shoulders. Exhale that left hand down, place it in the middle of the mat, and then inhale up the right arm. Little twisting in the back. Exhale it down. This time, come back to that cat-cow. Inhale up. Exhale, round it. Float the left hand out towards the left, and then slide it through the right side of the body, bringing the elbow down, then the shoulder, coming onto the side of the head. Now, don't shift all your weight forward onto the neck. Have that nice evenness here. Palm of the hand straight up. Push the back of the hand into the mat the best you can, and then tent the fingers on the right. Now you have a lot of options. You can stay right here. You can inhale up that right arm, into the shoulders, body. Okay. You can also float the right leg back. Toes pointed straight down. Maybe bring the arm up. And if you're really feeling good with your balance here, pushing the back of that left hand into the mat, you can float up that right foot. Now these are all just options. So do what's right for your body. Do what feels best for your body today. Breathing. You have that hand elevated or the toe elevated, slowly bring that hand back down, push into the mat, and then roll yourself back up to that table position. Inhale up for that cow. Exhale, round it for the cat. Take that right hand, pull it over to the right side. Slide it through the left side of the body, coming down on the elbow and the right shoulder. The key to balance in this pose is really pushing the back of that hand into the mat all the way through the elbow. Keeping your toes down. Now go ahead, you can inhale up the left hand. Stay right here for this nice twist. This is a beautiful twist just right here. Okay, if you want to add in the balance portion of it a little bit more, you can slide that left foot back, then bring that arm up. Gives you a little bit of extension there. And being mindful of that right arm still, you can slowly lift that left foot up. The key to this pose is keeping those toes straight down. The moment the toes turn to the left or you open up that hip is when you fall over. So do what works for you. Where's your body holding its tightness? Let the body relax into that pose. Use your breath. If the arm is elevated or the leg is elevated, bring them slowly back down. Push it into that mat, sliding that right shoulder out. And then inhale up for the cow. Exhale, round. We're going to come into a puppy here. So walk the hands out. We're going to really get into that lower back here. And allow the chest to sink towards the earth. You want the hips right above the knees. Let the chest sink down. Now, this is where you might want to block. This might be where you're at. Use your block for your head. Okay. Or you might be comfortable here. This is a really intense shoulder and back exercise. Really elongate those hands, really reach and elongate the body, and then exhale, let the chest sink down. You might be able to put your chin on the mat. Slowly allow the body to slide forward, coming up onto the elbows. Allowing the hips to come down into your Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Now this, if you're feeling it in your back, then you might not be ready to have the elbows under the shoulders. So walk the elbows out until you don't feel it hurting in your back, I would say. It doesn't really hurt, but you might feel it. So wherever it's more comfortable. And then from there, push into the mat with the elbows. So push into the mat and pull the elbows isometrically back. So they're not actually moving here, but you're really engaging into the mat with the elbows and the forearms. And you're inhaling up the chest. Reaching up with the crown of the head and the chest, not the chin. Don't come up the chin. Keep the chin neutral. And then as you exhale, allow that lower ribs and the pelvic bone to settle into the mat and feel the lower back release. This is our Sphinx pose. If you have trouble with your elbows, or your shoulders, keep thumbs up. Right? If it doesn't bother you, you can have those hands flat. Now, at this point, you might be able to walk the elbows back a little bit. Same thing, as you inhale, push in really with the wrists and the elbows at the same time, getting that engagement of that full forearm, reaching up the chest, exhale, release. Maybe even hear your breath here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Slowly release those arms forward, bring them out wide into the side, place them into the mat here, bring the feet towards one another so they're next to each other, tops of the feet on the mat, and then push into the mat for a cobra. And then exhale it down. Inhale up for the cobra. Let the shoulders relax down, spread wide. Exhale it down. Now take your hands on the outside of your mat and tent your fingers. Level with the chest, and think of like having an egg underneath that palm of those hands. And then inhale up here with fingertips. As you exhale, turn the head to the left. Inhale back to center. And exhale to the right. Inhale to center and come back down. Place those hands next to the chest. Inhale back up to that plank on the knees. And then exhale back towards a child's pose. Letting the hips come all the way back towards the heels. Maybe spreading the knees wide a little bit. Letting the arms extend out and let the chest sink towards the earth. Relaxing the head and neck. And again, you might be someone that wants to put the head on a block here. Put the forehead right on the block. Feel the lower back spreading. Feel the hips releasing. If this is a lot for you and your hips, you can take that block, put it between the legs, or even put a blanket behind the knees. So whatever feels good for you. And know that anytime during the practice, you can come into this child's pose. Now really elongate those fingers, reach them to the edge of the mat. So you're really elongating that back and pull the elbows off the mat. Inhale back to that table position. Tuck those toes. Push your sitting bones back so the knees lift off the mat until the butt can't go anymore. And then inhale up the hips and then exhale back towards the heels. Downward facing dog. If this is not in your wheelhouse today, you can go to the puppy that we just did earlier. Really reach those hips up high. Come up high on the toes and really reach as high as you can. And then as you exhale, come push back towards the heels, clawing the mat. Don't collapse into the palms of those hands. Really pushing with the ball out of the thumb, the outer edge of the hand. Look back at your feet. Are all 10 toes on the mat? Try to get evenness between the big toe and the little toe the best that you can. For many of us, that means our heels will be straight back and you won't even see your heels will be straight back. For some of us, we have a hip structure that maybe our heels are in slightly to get that evenness between the big toe and the little toe, or out a little bit. So what is it for you? Inhale to the plank. Knees up or knees down. Exhale back to the downward facing dog. Inhale to the plank. Exhale back to the downward facing dog. Inhale to the plank. Holding your plank here, pull the belly in, nice flat back. You can have knees up or knees down here. What you don't want to be is a tent or a banana boat here. All right, so find the stability of your body. Take a nice big inhale, shift that weight forward a couple inches, and then slowly with the elbows pointing back towards the hips, come all the way down to your mat. Uncurl the toes. Place the hands firmly on the mat and then inhale up for cobra. Exhale it down. Inhale back to your plank, knees up or knees down. Tuck the toes. Exhale back to downward facing dog. And then slowly walk your way all the way up towards the front of your mat. Forward fold. Allow the knees to be bent here. Our hamstrings are still warming up. And get that chest resting on those thighs. Let your arm and your head dangle here. Don't worry about if your knees are bent. Your knees might be bent this much, that's okay. Flex all 10 toes off the mat and really feel the four corners of the feet into the mat. Relax the toes down and then gently lift the hips up a little bit more. Place the hands on the side of the legs and inhale it halfway up. Get a nice flat back. Think of your body making a number 7. Exhale, fold it down. Place those hands on the hips, squeeze the elbows together, soften the knees, hinging at the hips. Inhale it all the way up to a standing position. Tadasana. Open up those arms. Feet hip distance apart. Reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. Shoulders rolled back over the hips. Feel the power and the strength of your pose. Feel the knees engaging. Lift all 10 toes up. Now relax the toes, but keep the engagement of the legs. Inhale up the arms. Exhale, swan dive it down. Palms up towards the shoulders and then coming all the way down, hinging at the hips. Place the hands on the mat or maybe block here and step the right foot all the way back. Heel up towards the sky, feeling all 5 toes of that back foot open. Be on a railroad track. Have your feet nice and wide here. Again, you can use your blocks. Okay, whatever works for you. Shift your weight towards that right heel. Now shift your weight forward towards the front foot. Make sure that the knee is always over the ankle, okay? We don't want to be here, all right? So if you got to be up standing a little bit more to do this, then come up standing a little bit more. Shift the weight back towards that right heel. Shift the weight towards the front foot, towards the back foot. Now find your center location between the front and the back. Pull the left hip back a little bit and the right hip forward. Feel the thighs, the top of those thighs, squeezing towards one another, even though the legs are separated. Place the left hand on top of that left thigh and then work yourself up to the high lunge. Inhale up. Exhale, allow the hips to release. Let the body sink back towards that back heel. All 5 toes of that back foot are on the mat. High lunge here. Exhale those hands down onto the blocks, onto the floor. Pull the front foot back. Plank. Knees up or knees down here. Holding this plank here. We're going to hold this plank. We're halfway done already. Hold that belly back towards the spine. If you're up high, like I am in the high plank, and you start to feel the back go, drop the knees. We're almost done here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift, take an inhale, shift forward. Elbow squeezing the body, coming back towards hips all the way down onto the stomach. Uncurl the toes. Inhale up for your cobra. Exhale it down. Tuck the toes. Inhale up for your plank. Knees up or full knee. And then exhale back to the downward facing dog. Breathing. Really reach up with those hips. Exhale back towards the heels. Feel the back elongating. The body's making a letter V here. The chest is coming back towards those thighs. Slowly walk those feet all the way to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale it halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Hands on the hips, squeeze the elbows, soften the knees, and inhale all the way up. Swan dive it down. Using your block or the mat, step the left foot back all the way. Nice wide stance. Allow the hips to sink into that low lunge. You can bring your knee down here too. If that feels better for you, bring the knee down. You can do this with the knee up or knee down. Again, using your blocks if you need them. Okay. Shift the weight back towards that left heel. Have evenness between the big toe and the little toe of that back foot with that heel up on the ground, up towards the ceiling. Shift the weight forward. Allowing the hips to release this whole time. Shift the weight back. Shift the weight forward. Shift that weight back. Breathing here. Let the hips release a little bit more here. Find the center, the balance between the front foot and the back foot. Kind of go back and forth. Pull the right hip back and the left hip forward. Feel that engagement of those hips. Feel the legs are going to feel like they're almost scissoring towards one another. And when you're ready, take that right hand, place it on top of that leg. Push into that leg to push yourself up to the high lunge. Inhale up those arms. Exhale, bend into that front leg again. Again, we don't want that knee past the ankle. Breathing here. Pull the belly and the ribs in. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. feel the engagement of that lower body. Then it allows you to do anything you want up here. Really reaching up with the body, not the shoulders. And then exhale, release the hips. Exhale those hands down to your blocks, to the floor, whatever's available. And slide that foot all the way back into the plank. Holding this plank again. Again, knees up or knees down here, whatever works for your body. If it's bothering your wrists, come down onto the elbows for a forearm plank. Knees up or knees down here. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come all the way down to the mat from wherever you are. Uncurl those toes, feet flat. Slide those hands even with the chest. And then inhale up for cobra. Exhale it down. Tuck the toes. Inhale back to the plank and exhale back to the downward facing dog. Hold this for a good 3 breaths. Again, you can do it as a puppy. And then slowly walk your hands up towards the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale halfway. Exhale fold. Inhale all the way up. Okay, we're going to do this once again, but this time we're going to do it with each breath, not quite as slow, which will actually make it probably a little easier. So inhale it up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Step the left foot back. Inhale up. Exhale it down. Slide the right foot back. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga down. Untuck the toes. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale it down. Tuck the toes. Inhale back to the plank. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, big steps to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, swan dive it down. Step the right foot back. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Slide the left foot back. Inhale to the plank. Exhale it down. Untuck the toes. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Tuck the toes. Inhale to the plank. Exhale to the downward facing dog. Inhale, step up to the front of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Swan dive it down. Step the left foot back. Inhale it up. Exhale it, fold. Slide the front foot back, plank. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale for cobra. Exhale it down. Tuck the toes. Inhale for the plank. Exhale for downward facing dog. Step it up on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back. Inhale it up. Exhale, fold. Pull the left foot back. Plank. Exhale, chaturanga down. Inhale up for the cobra. Exhale, fold. Inhale up for the plank. Exhale for the downward facing dog. Hold this for a couple breaths. Take a nice big inhale. As you exhale, bring the knees down. Tuck the toes towards one and each other and push back for your child's pose. Notice the difference between this child's pose and the first child's pose. Slowly inhale back to that table position. Inhale that right foot back. And as you exhale, bring that right knee to the outer edge of the right wrist. Take the right ankle and swing it towards the left wrist. Now it may come parallel, it may not. Tuck the back toe up, lift the back knee, and step the back knee down. That foot may come over a little bit. We're coming into the pigeon. Now, might want to use the block underneath that hip, okay? The other option is to take that beach towel or blanket that you might have, okay, and put that right behind that front leg, okay? That's another option. Untuck that back toe. So whatever feels good for you. You might not need anything, okay? It all depends on your knee, your body, your hips, okay? And then slowly allow the body to come forward. And come down on the elbows. Maybe use your blocks. We really try to keep the shoulders square. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward just a little bit, and you're going to feel it in that outer right hip here in this pigeon. You can come down to the ground if it's available. Maybe bring your head down. Now, if your body is saying, no way, no how, this is not in my wheelhouse at all, I'm not doing this, your option is to come onto your back. Bring the knees up and then just cross the right ankle over in front of the left knee, reaching behind that leg, pushing the right knee away as you pull the left knee in, okay? That's pigeon on your back. So do what feels right for your body today, okay? I know there are times when my knee is really bothering me, and I don't ever do pigeon like this. I just flip to my back immediately. So a lot of it is knowing your body and what's right for you, and honoring your body in that way. Using your breath to allow the body to release just a millimeter at a time. Let the shoulders and the chest relax. Are you clenching your hands like a death grip? Are you squinting your eyes or clenching your teeth? Slowly find your way back up if your body is forward. Tuck the back toe under. Lift the back knee, push into the front knee, out through the ankle, and that back knee to lift the body up and pull that right leg back into that table position. Push back for child's pose. Notice the difference between the right side and the left side of the body. Inhale back to that table position. Extend that left leg back behind you. Pull that knee up to the outer edge of the left wrist, the best that you can, and then swing that left foot over towards the right side. Tuck the back toe, step the back knee back. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward a little bit, then allow the hip to relax down. Okay. If your foot is at more of an angle, then it can stay pointed. If your foot, if you have a hip structure where that front leg is very parallel to the front edge of the mat, you really got to flex that foot. That's going to protect your knee. Okay? So do what feels right for your body. Again, might use a block, use a blanket, whatever feels right for you. Come on down. Maybe close your eyes. Let the heart center soften towards the earth. Breathe into that hip. Where is your body holding its tightness and tension here? Breathe into that spot, release it. Be mindful of what your body's willing to give you. If it hurts, then don't push so far. Pull back, change something. Yoga should never hurt. Allow the body to fully surrender down. Slowly make your way back up. Tuck the back toe under, push in with the back knee to lift that hip. Pull that leg back. Come back to the table position. Inhale up for a cow. Exhale for the cat. And then find your way to a seated position. Take that right foot, make it nice and straight. Bring the left foot into the inner thigh or maybe the knee, okay? Whatever is available for you. Take the outside edge of that right leg, reach your fingers underneath it, and then pull it up a little bit. And that is going to give you a little bit more surface area underneath that right leg. Sit nice and tall here. Take a nice big inhale, and as you exhale, keep that foot flexed and slowly allow the belly to come towards that leg. So pull the right hip back a little bit and feel the body soften towards the leg, getting into the back of that right leg. Now, if you're someone that has a little bit longer stretch here and you need a little bit more, you can put a block behind that leg, holding onto that block. All right. If you're really, really feeling a burn here, which sometimes we do, wherever it might be in the calf, it might be in the hamstring, there's a couple things you can do. Pull it back a little bit. Don't go so far. Don't go so fast. Okay? But if that burn wants to persist, take those fingers, reach into that spot where it's burning, and really dig the fingers into that spot, spreading those muscle fibers. Take a nice big inhale and then exhale, release, and that should release some of that burn. Don't think about trying to get down so much. Think about using the breath to release the muscle to wherever it wants to go for you. Doesn't matter how far you get down. And one side's going to be tighter than the other. Slowly find your way back up. Bring that left knee up and have that foot about a fist distance apart from that leg. Hold on to the front of the leg with the right hand, and then inhale up the left arm, nice and tall here. Roll the shoulder back, and then turn the palm back behind you, and then place the hand back on the floor right behind the lower back. Really sit up tall here. Inhale up the right arm, and then exhale that elbow to the outer edge of that left knee. Now you might want to just hold on to the knee. That might be all that's available. So inhale it up, and then exhale, twist the left shoulder back. So inhale, really get tall here, as tall as you can, and then exhale the left shoulder back a little bit more. Inhale up, exhale the shoulder. It's not about the neck. You should be able to look forward or look back. Keep it back, just this nice little twist. Slowly release that twist down. And then we're gonna go ahead and switch legs. So extend the left leg out, right leg comes in. Sit up nice and tall here, and then exhale, shift that body. I always like to think of the belly button coming forward. That's where you come. The moment you round the shoulders and do this, you're taking anything away from that leg. Again, if you want that surface area, reach out for that outer edge of that leg and pull it up a little bit. But think of the belly button coming forward. So nice straight back. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Keep the face relaxed. Inhale and then exhale. Think of the belly button coming forward. Again, you can use a block behind that leg. Each of us our anatomy is very different. Some of us have longer hamstrings. Some of us have more open hip structure. So for me personally, I have a very open hip structure, but I have shorter hamstrings. So for me to get my legs perfectly straight when we're doing downward facing dogs and uttanasana and stuff like that, just doesn't happen. The staff pose where both legs are together and straight out is really difficult for me to get low on. And that's okay, that's just how my body is. Use your breath. Allow the body to relax. Slowly find your way up. Bring that right knee up, fist distance apart from that other leg. Hold on to the leg to get that nice straight back, reaching up with the right hand. Nice and tall, reach back behind you, pressing into the earth. You might want to scoot those hips up. Inhale up the left arm, and then exhale, twist the right shoulder back, bringing that left elbow on the outer edge of that leg. Or maybe hold on to the leg if that feels better for you, okay? Holding onto the leg seems to work for me today. Inhale up, crown of the head. Really think of the back getting long, separating those vertebrae. And then exhaling, twisting back with the right shoulder. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist that right shoulder back. Slowly release that twist and bring that leg. Bring both of the soles of the feet together in a Baddha Konasana here. Those feet can come out wide, they can be out further, they can be out in, whatever feels good. If you have a tighter hip structure or a more closed one, you can use blocks underneath those knees. Inhale up, exhale the belly button forward here. This Baddha Konasana is really about allowing the lower back to release and widen more so than the hips. That's why don't worry about those hips and those legs coming down. That's all anatomy. You can use your head to put on a block if you want. Okay. To stay up here. But really inhale, feel that back getting long and lengthening, and as you exhale, focus on the belly button sinking towards the heel of the feet, and feeling the lower back spread. Feel the shoulders releasing. With each inhale, feel the body elongating, the vertebrae getting stretched, lengthened, making space. Exhale, belly button, lower back. Slowly come back up. Bring those knees together. Take them as wide as your mat and just windshield wiper them together. Back and forth. If you want a full body, big lift off, you can plant both knees and like do a big lift here. Sometimes that feels good. It's one last stretch. And then find your way onto your back for our Shavasana. So come on down to your back, bring the knees into the chest. Hold on to the left knee, extend the right leg out. Hold on to the right knee, extend the left leg out. Bring both knees in, maybe some little circles to massage that back, checking in how it feels. And then go ahead and extend one leg, then the other. Bring the arms out to your side with the palms up. Arms maybe 6 to 8 inches apart. Close your eyes, bring your eyes to that third eye center. And allow the body to fully release. Take an inhale all the way up through the crown of the head. Feel the coolness of the prana of the air as it comes through the nostrils. And as you exhale, allow that prana to make its way down your body. Feel the muscles in the face relax and pull away. The jaw will release, the teeth might separate. Bring your awareness to the shoulders. Feel the shoulders surrendering into the earth as that prana makes its way down each arm. Past the elbows, through the wrists, through each knuckle and each finger, and all the way out the tips of the fingers. On your next inhale, notice how the chest rises. The belly expands. And as you exhale, feel that heart center softening, the navel pulling back towards the spine, and the prana moving down into the pelvic bowl, spilling over into our hips, and flowing down each leg, past the knees, through the ankles, into the heel of each foot, until the flow of that breath and that prana makes its way all the way up through each toe and out the tips of the toes. Feel how the lower back and the tailbone are sinking into the earth. Feel the spine surrendering against your mat. Coming all the way up through the back of the neck, back of the head, and out the crown of the head. So that with each inhale, we feel the prana flowing through our body. As we exhale, releasing any tension, stress, or anxiety that's remaining out the nose, the ears, the mouth, the tips of the fingers, the tips of the toes. Every portion of the core of the body. So the only thing that's remaining is that peaceful, healing energy. Slowly bring your awareness back to the present moment by wiggling those fingers and toes. And when you're ready, bring one knee in, then the other, giving yourself a gentle hug. And then rolling your body to the side, using your arm or your hand as a pillow, and taking a moment to reflect on your practice. Notice how the body is settled, the breath is settled, and the mind is settled. With your head heavy and your eyes closed, gently push yourself up to a seated position. Bring your hands together in a prayer position and then rub them together, creating some heat and friction to the palms of those hands. And cup your eyes, blocking out all the light and absorbing that energy. Closing your eyes, bring those palms together back on the forehead, bow the head. Namaste.